and there's supposed to be a video playing. Ta-da! And we're here.
I guess technical difficulties strike again.
Well, hopefully you have your bingo cards ready already, and you can check that old technical difficulties box off, because sometimes it happens, folks.
It does. So.
Well, we were just a couple minutes late tonight because we have news. This is not something that we usually do. So much news.
It's okay. We can do it. It's fine.
Shooter is officially a daddy again. Just 3 minutes ago.
Yep. So first puppy born out of the Hazel Shooter litter. So I popped in to make sure that was going well. Puppy number 1, big old female. And
oh, yeah.
Yep. So we've got Sam sitting with her this evening. She is awesome with the mamas, and she has been there, done that. And I feel very confident that she's going to do a great job with this litter, and I'm always here if she needs help. So if that's the case, I'll step away. But puppy number 1 is on the ground, and I just wanted to check in and make sure that Mama and Puppy and Sam were all doing okay. So let's start this off with a couple things that we like to mention in the beginning. First of all, I'm Kat, the dog trainer. This is the guy with the pink gun. And
you can call me Steve. Tonight only, though.
Okay. And we usually roll through check-ins right away when people show up, as well as we talk about get your bingo cards, bingo, bingo, bingo. And we will be doing a giveaway tonight with the first bingo winner. And you can get your bingo card on patreon.com/Standing Stone Kennels. If you are not a member of Patreon, you can become a patron tonight for as little as $5 and get your bingo card, or you can join at a higher tier and get additional help and support from us. And that's awesome, because our support turns around to be your support, I guess, if you will. So
as patrons are the largest supporter of everything that we do Standing Stone, especially on the internet media aspect of things, it's huge. So we want to say thank you to anyone who is a patron. There are different tiers that give you access to fun things like the game, as well as all the way up to weekly video chat check-ins. So if you aren't a patron, consider it if you need help training your dog. Oh, puppy pregnancy. Yeah, that absolutely happened. Free square. What else you got?
Any other technical difficulties or anything like that on there?
Oh, this is basically a free square. I can click it now.
I mean, it's probably going to happen.
I like it.
So let's roll through some check-ins, and then we'll get to some announcements, some more announcements, because we definitely let the cat out of the bag or the puppy out of the box right away. Sack. Definitely puppy out of the sack right away. So we have check-ins. Is this the beginning? Yes.
Yeah.
Drake, Colorado. Hey, Brad, we got Turbo in for training right now. Hot, humid, hazy, smoky, Statesboro, Georgia, checking in.
That's what I've heard, that there's smoky down there.
Interesting. Are there forest fires going on right now or something?
I don't know.
Hey, Aaron from Minnesota, smash that like button. We appreciate it. Happy Wednesday from Wisconsin, Cleveland, Ohio, Warwick, New York, Southern California. Hey, guys, we have Chester, Idaho, Los Angeles, California, Tigard, Oregon, Aiken, South Carolina, Stony Creek, New York. Hey, Angelo, Pretty Prairie, Annie. Commerce City, Colorado, Athens, Georgia.
Several patrons here.
Yeah, lots of patrons, lots of fans, lots of people that we've worked with, sold puppies, trained dogs. We love it. New Hampshire. Oh, Melanie. I appreciate that. Otsego. I got a pronunciation in parentheses. So help a girl out and do that, especially when we've got places like Weeki Wachi and things like that showing up.
I would have totally said Otsego.
Yeah, so totally me. La Crosse, Wisconsin, Lakeland, Florida, Central Missouri, Carolina here. Which one? It's a mystery. We've got...
Where'd it bounce to?
Bounce down a little bit. We've got Miss Kelly from New Jersey. And
Thanks for the help with the bee swarm.
Bahia, Brazil.
Brazil.
Our first international check-in.
So Brazil.
And then our second international check-in, Edmonton, Alberta. Hey, Kaylin.
Heyo.
Good afternoon, Steve. Why, Steve? We don't even know. We've got Arizona, North Carolina, Des Moines, Iowa, Ithaca, New York, South Alabama, Canada. Finally made it here, Brad.
Real Steve.
Springfield, Illinois. Hey, Robert, checking in. Canada Fire. Smoke is making it all the way down.
See,
wow.
I had heard that the smoke was in the north of Georgia category, like Ohio
North
had
Carolina.
a lot of issues, but that it's floating, huh?
Just got inside from working his shooter's son in Springfield, Illinois. Awesome.
Heck yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Shooter's, it's not his first daddy role, but it's probably not his last, but it's his newest. It's his newest daddy role.
I don't know where he's at on that list anymore. He was in the top, 15 Natural Ability Award producers for... He's probably not there anymore. There's been a bunch of push from other dogs.
I could probably look.
Moncks Corner, South Carolina, and that was a North Carolina. Bahia. I probably spelled that wrong or pronounced it wrong. Bahia. Again. Yep, I know. So I totally butchered that.
Bye, hi.
Bahia? I don't know. I need more pronunciation help.
Pennsylvania.
Gotcha. Pennsylvania here. Awesome. Thank you guys for the check-ins. If you guys are new to our live streams, which we've seen a lot of people that tune in on, I won't say the weekly because we're not here every week, but on the regular. And we typically roll through check-ins, talk about bingo so that you guys can be playing along as we go. And then we roll into the topic of discussion for this evening, which is how hot is too hot and summer dog conditioning options, basically.
Bingo giveaway.
Oh, and we talk about what we're giving away for bingo. Thank you, Charles. We are giving away, which it was a suggestion from some of you all, to get the Outfox to help our dogs hopefully prevent more foreign body infections, which we'll be rolling into an announcement about that soon. But so we've got them. They're available on standingstonesupply.com now, and Charles has been using them with our dogs during training sessions, free runs, and stuff like that out in the field, and surprisingly enough, the dogs got used to it pretty quickly.
I don't know if you can hear it or not, but
I cannot.
that's all right.
Running around, shaking their heads a little bit.
It's just me on
You have it muted somehow on here or something. And it says it's pushing it out.
Oh,
There
I
it
hear
goes.
it now.
Yeah, it's just...
Four-wheeler, and you call into the dogs.
Yeah, but they get around fine. It was a really dewy morning, though, the first one you did, and you said that they had some issues when it got wet.
Yeah, they slowed down a little bit until they could kind of shake off because it's almost like tighter than screen door or window screen material.
It's almost like windscreen fencing material, kind of.
So if you imagine like a window screen, it gets wet, it kind of holds water in the little squares. But as soon as they could kind of get moving again, it would shake out. But it took them, I don't know, it probably slowed them down and made them a little safer, actually.
So running
Into each
9-0.
other.
Yeah. So they got used to them very quickly, and they're using them all the time now for their free runs, trying to keep them as safe as possible from any more seed options. Obviously, we can't protect them from everything, but the more that we can, the better. So we'll be giving away one of those this evening to our first bingo winner. Just got my Standing Stone Supply water bowl. Absolutely love it. Yeah, those waterers are amazing. Those tip-down aluminum gravity-fed waterers.
The girls.
Now let's see you name them.
Yeah, name them. Who are they? We could do a little bonus something if we if you could figure out who those 3 dogs are.
So
First one that can name all 3 of those dogs, we'll give away a hat. We'll throw a hat in there.
Awesome. So
Mother-daughter in there.
Oh, now you're giving hints.
It's okay.
Anyway, we have one of our puppy buyers that she chimed in. We follow each other on Instagram, and I have a really good time with Emily messaging back and forth. And she talked to me about the Outfox masks, and she said that they use them on their dogs, and they call them hostages. They're little hostages. Like we talked about what hostage tape the other night. So I'm like, just keep the theme rolling.
Are these Stranger Things monsters? No, it's a mask that goes over the dog's head so that they don't breathe in foreign bodies, which a lot of our native grasses here have what are called grass-ons, or even just seeds at this point that we're having issues with. We've had, 4, 5 dogs? How many dogs? Well, not counting yours, just here, 5. If you want to count in the
room, I think you guys have had 5.
So.
And then you guys have had
3.
So we're 8 in this collective, which.
Plus, you got to count Holly.
Holly was 9, yeah.
Poppy.
And we've already made it to hostage masks and hostage tape.
Yeah, I know. It's getting dark around here. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, so get your bingo cards out. If you can get the 3 dogs, the first person with the 3 dogs also wins a hat. So we've got lots of giveaways going on.
I don't know that I could name the 3 dogs. So you got to put that back up here for a second. Now, the other thing is, if you do have questions, don't hesitate. There they are. 1, 2, 3. Ooh.
I know who those are, and I'm pretty sure I know who that is.
I know who all 3 of them are. I was just being silly, but it's not an easy task.
No.
You can leave it there for a second, but the only thing I was going to say is you guys do have questions. You need to throw the questions in the comment section as soon as we get done covering the how hot and tips on the summer here that we're going to be going over. We will get to some questions. So throw those in there if you've got them.
So we have a few announcements.
Also drinking red wine this evening.
Yes, I wanted to show you guys this, which I know we're itsy bitsy. Oh, now we're big on the screen again. Thanks, Charles. This bottle of red, we have a red blend, and this was a gift from Kevin and Tiffany when they came out this weekend, hung out for a little bit before they picked up their puppy from the Muddy and Zane litter, and it's got a cute little short hair stopper. That was not a gift from them, but that's something I had in my wine drawer, so I'm like, this will be perfect for tonight's live stream.
Come on, just focus already. Cover your face. There it is. Look at how cute that is. Oh, it looks just like a puppy.
Yep. So we are enjoying that this evening. Thank you, guys. Put that so it doesn't distract from the focus stuff.
9 natural ability breeder awards for shooter.
Oh, 9. What place does that put him in now? Like 27th?
There's some.
Some really big ones
in the all-time list, there's some dogs that have done
a lot.
Yeah. It's up there, though.
What we were talking about is
Nope.
No, I don't think anybody's got it yet.
I'm watching the I haven't seen anybody with the correct answer on the doggos yet, so we'll give you guys a little more time. But we want to roll into some fun announcements. So speaking of the Outfox masks and foreign body infections, our most recent foreign body infection, which kind of sparked this whole, we'd heard about the Outfox masks before, but hadn't really considered them as a true option until recently when we were talking about Hex, who had a foreign body infection. And he is actually 1 week out, well, not even a full week out. Monday will be his 8th week. So we'll be able to start working him back into the training rotation. And we're going to have to do it slowly, slowly but surely, make sure that he doesn't injure himself. And he's been off, training for the last 8 weeks. So we're going to slowly but surely start him back up through some treadmill work and then getting him back out in the field, some swimming, things like that. So
I plan to, because we don't have a water treadmill yet. It is on the list.
I know.
We've talked
We
about
keep
it. We
talking
want
about
to
it.
do it, and we want to have it to just sit there and not be used.
No.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
we would want it
We
for
do
that.
not want to use it, but we will end up having to use
And
it.
it will be a great thing to not only use for injuries and rehabbing, things like that, but it would be a great thing for Muddy, one of our most recent mama dogs, as she's getting back in shape after those puppies, and we're in the heat of the summer. It would be a really great thing for her to be able to work on some resistance, treadmill, conditioning time on that water treadmill. So even though she doesn't have an injury, it would be something that we can just help her get back in shape.
I'm actually surprised at how tough this was for people.
Well,
It's because the one.
The one's an odd dog.
Yep,
and also, we have recently spoke about Charles, now have a lot of dogs,
We do
especially
have
with the
a
El
few.
Tesoro program.
Yeah, we have a
So
few.
speaking, these conversations are just like segueing into the next thing that I wanted to talk about. So speaking of a lot of dogs, Charles reminded me we've got a lot of dogs. Recently, when I said, yeah, we've got 13 or 14 dogs.
Oh, no. See, I need to lay. We posted a new picture of a puppy today whose name is Ryder. Okay, Ryder is a cool dude. Do you see that? That's what we named him.
Oh, yeah. I
Yes.
saw that. Yep.
All right. So, and everybody's like, "Oh, you made it till July before you broke your no puppy rule." I'm not raising the puppy. Key here, okay?
Correct.
We are developing these dogs with the team, and I cannot stress enough how important it is to have all of the people here. Tessa has a puppy that she's raising. Jessica has a puppy that she's raising. Charlie is off the hook right now because he has his own puppy that he's raising.
But not for much longer. I'm trying to convince him on a couple of these upcoming litters.
Isaac has a puppy.
Dustin has a puppy.
Dustin has a puppy.
Work for us, and you're going to get a puppy, basically.
Who else has a puppy right now? That's it right now.
I think that's right.
The rest of them came back.
Robert's
The rest of them
just came back. Ian's
Yep.
just came back a little while ago. So
other people. I mean, it takes an army. What's
take-
up now?
yes, hopefully that was the
Hopefully.
one that I was hoping for you guys. So.
Yeah. So the biggest thing that I'm saying though is we have a bigger crew, but we also have a big crew to help. I mean, and that's people that work here full time. It's also people that are just part of the Standing Stone family, if you will. And we appreciate everyone. So
Yeah, so we're excited about him. His registered name is Standing Stone Saddle Up. That's from the Muddy and Zane litter. And if you followed along with any of their cute little puppy posts on Instagram, you will have seen that they all had ginormous saddles like their mama and daddy. And that was literally the theme of the litter was saddle brands. So I'm like, hey, we gotta roll with that saddle feel. And this was Muddy's last litter, we decided. So we couldn't resist keeping a puppy out of that. So he's gonna be a nice one. He's already a big dude, so we're pretty excited to watch him develop. And then if you didn't hear, we did make an announcement, or maybe we didn't make an announcement. I made an announcement in my head
we
about
haven't announced it yet.
Hawk's name. So Hawk is a puppy from the Shock Doc litter that was my rhyming litter, which sounded like a really great idea at the time until I was trying to keep all these puppies straight and call them in the puppy pen.
You want to talk about style? That dude outside taking a pee.
He looks like $1 million.
He was so stretched out that his legs were basically straight behind him.
Yeah.
Stretched out. I'm like, what do you do? Oh, you're peeing. You look so good peeing.
Yeah.
How does all of this? It's just insane.
Yeah, lots of style. And so we decided on his name to be Standing Stone's El Tesoro Eyes in the Sky. Still calling him Hawk. Keeping it as Hawk.
Yep, Hawk is a pretty good call name for him
Yep.
because it's taken too long to come up with anything else, so it works great.
Really appreciate all of the people chiming in on his post, giving options and suggestions. There were so many good names. Like, I'm going to put
We've
those
got
in
'em
my
in the
name
list.
bank so
Yes.
that I can come back and use some of those in the future because they're really good. And then last but not least, we can't forget about the little cocker doodle-doo that is ours to raise for right now. So
No, it's a community puppy.
he gets passed around a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to just Do a little dance here, do a little dance there. Everybody gets the little teddy bear love.
Oh my gosh, he's such a squirrely little fluff ball too. He's so cute, and he's been such a good little clean puppy. I'm really impressed with him. And we have decided on his name as well. So his name will be Snips Altasoro Underfoot Trip. Because literally I trip on that puppy daily, and either he or I are going to lose our lives because of the amount of underfoot that he is. So it makes complete sense, as well as Ethan and Aiden got to take that fun little trip to Georgia together to pick him up. So it's dual meanings. What other announcements? Oh, we had one last announcement. Well, they're probably not one last announcement, but dog puppy announcement. So we already let the puppy out of the sack that the Hazel Shooter litter is on the way. But we also have some exciting news that the Altasoro Cocker that we are importing from England is on the way. Well, will be on the way. She'll be here next week in the U.S. She is getting imported to Chicago, and a good friend of ours that's going to be helping us out a little bit with the situation, Robert, who owns Lily, which we did the Lily Vex litter last year, and he helped raise Taylor, which is part of the Altasoro program as well. He is going to help pick her up and then get her to us because he's going to a hunt test that we'll be at in the beginning of August. So it really does truly take a village, and it is so awesome to have so many people part of the collaborative, the effort, and the team, and we really appreciate all of that support. I know that Angelo's done his fair share of supporting with trips back and forth to New York with dogs and stuff, so that's been a really great option to have as well instead of shipping puppies and dogs and things like that. So she'll be here soon and then getting conditioned and worked with the Shorthairs to learn her role as a strike dog so that she can hunt her little heart out. And her name is Bella.
Bella. Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm excited to meet her. She sounds like a fun little dog. So.
All right. We don't have anybody yet, do we?
Nope. I'm just giving them another.
Take another look.
We just keep rolling.
Have a glance.
What we may have to do is we may have to put up a poll of some like we could put in like multiple choice category.
Is it these three? Is it these three? Is it these three? Maybe you could.
Ooh.
Maybe you could
come up with a little list that's really, really. I mean, there's some close options there.
Yep.
Oh, the thing about it is,
Angela, where are you going? Well, I'm sure we'll have another trip that you can be a part of at some point, but definitely you have helped us out with getting Thunder back and forth, and then also you brought
the Labbies,
the
Labradors.
Quinn for the last Lone Stone seminar, so we really appreciate that additional help too, because that saved Ethan and or Bob a lot of driving. So, but we'll keep you in the back of the mind for when we need another dog delivery going in or out of that area.
Is that Isaac? I2K?
I think it must be.
Are you here, Isaac? I don't recognize that.
I don't know. Those YouTube handles are hard because you're like, do I know this person? Do I not know this person? Unless it literally spells out their name, and then I'll still probably mispronounce it. But what else? Oh, the last announcement, which I know we've taken a lot of time on announcements, but there's been a lot going on right now, is we are going to be at Game Fair in
this one's a big
Minnesota.
One.
Yep. Mark your calendars, write this down, take notes. But we are going to be at Game Fair in Minnesota. It's in right outside of Rogers. What's the name again? Anoka. There we go.
Minnesota.
Anoka, Minnesota.
Armstrong Dog Kennel, some.
Yep. So
can you pull that side up?
You can find Game Fair information on the interwebs, but we will be there. And when I say we, I mean we, but separate a little bit. Ethan is going to be at the DT Systems booth the first weekend of Game Fair because we kind of have to divide and conquer a little bit. So the weekend of the 11th, 12th, 13th, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Ethan will be at DT Systems booth at Game Fair. And that weekend, I will be with Eukanuba And I will be doing a seminar at 11 o'clock in the Lakeside seminar area. 11 o'clock on puppies and being successful with them. So definitely stop by, listen to the seminar. I invite you as well to stop by and say hi at the booth if you can't make the seminar time. And then the following weekend, Ethan will be with Eukanuba, and he will be doing seminars at the Lakeside seminar area at 11 a.m.
Yeah, the easy thing is it's 11 o'clock every day.
Ethan
Come
or
up
Kat.
and see us. Yep.
And he's going to be talking about building a better dog. So definitely check us out, stop by, say hi, and we'd love to see you, meet you, get pictures with you, all that jazz. So definitely stop by if you have an opportunity to do so.
So what about the first weekend? First weekend, 11 o'clock every day, Kat. Second weekend, 11 o'clock every day, Ethan.
For seminars. Yep.
Every day, Melanie.
Yep.
Friday,
Saturday, Sunday of the first
Jinx.
weekend.
You owe me to pass of that wine because my glass is empty.
And then the following weekend, it'll be 11 a.m. Ethan, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it'll be fun.
And guess what? Every day the message will be different because I just do that.
Similar topic, but verbiage may be different. You're going to definitely learn something different if you come. No. If you come every single day. So if you want to hang out at Game Fair all weekend, do it. So I think that's it for announcements, guys. Charles, have you come up with a poll?
No.
Okay. We'll come back to that. But let's go ahead and move into our topic of discussion for the evening, which is how hot is too hot. That would be a big one right now because if you're living in the United States, you're probably dealing with a lot of hot and a lot of humidity right now. I know we are, and it has been...
It's the wild card that they can't get.
I know. That's why I'm struggling with the poll because...
I mean, everybody's listed but the dog that nobody can figure out who it is.
Yeah. Well, I gave a pretty good hint.
You did.
But...
It's all right. We'll just keep rolling. Somebody get it figured out.
But we're going to talk about how hot is too hot and what you can do in the dead of winter. No, what is this? The dead of summer? What would that be called?
The heat of the summer.
The heat of the summer. 105 heat index. Yuck. So if you looked at the thumbnail, you probably saw a picture of two dogs with their tongues hanging out. That was Nix and Vex doing some roading. And that was definitely not too hot for them, but you can see they're exerted. They're panting. They're trying to cool themselves. So that is something to be really aware of. There is no specific temperature, guys, of how hot is too hot to be working your dog because so many factors play a role in that, from humidity to the position of the sun, how intense that sun is, just to conditioning of the dog. All of those factors play a huge role. So definitely don't go, oh, well, it's only 75 degrees out. It's not too hot for my dog. Well, if your dog's not in shape, muddy, and it's really humid, she could end up getting overheated if she's exerting herself for too long in that condition. So
how many options?
A, B, or C. Just do 3 or 4. 3 or 4.
Well, I threw one in that's when you do a multiple choice, there's one you can say, that's not it. I have one of those.
Is there an alligator in there? Then you need D.
I put a D in there for sure.
Yeah.
You pick the order.
You put doc or shooter or something. Liver dogs in the 3 black dog picture.
3 liver dogs.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
3 liver dogs, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me add. Can you, as a moderator, can you create the deal?
I cannot.
Oh,
well, that's dumb. You don't need to be a moderator. You just need to log into the actual thing.
Well, I know. I'm good. Yeah.
Anyway, so we talked about not specifically putting a temperature on how hot is too hot, but watching for signs of heat exertion with your dogs is really important. So don't think about the number on the thermometer. We're getting a thumbs up.
Look in the chat.
Oh, did somebody get it?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Winner.
Hat of your choice.
Yeah. So pull that picture up again, and we can point them out.
Muddy's in the back right, Shock's in the front, Legacy back left, turn profile.
Yep.
And if I wouldn't have said mother-daughter, I don't know how you'd have got Muddy and Shock out of that.
Well, super black roan dogs. We don't honestly have a lot of them. The only other option would have been Thunder, and he's a guy. I guess East, but he's also a guy.
It was Legacy, Aaron. You were so close.
Yeah, Robin got it.
Yep.
Robin, send us a message. I don't know. I apologize.
YouTubes?
I don't know if you are a patron or not, Robin, but
or on Instagram or Facebook, if you follow us there, you can send us a message, or you can send us an email.
Email would probably be the easiest to sort that out. contact@standingstonekennels.com.
Then
Again,
we won't lose that message because we do
contact
get quite a few
at
in the inboxes
standingstonekennels.com.
on the socials.
Send us a quick message, and I'll get you a code so you can go on and select the hat of your choice. It will ship for free. All of these things, this is not some kind of like, oh, by the way, you won this. Now you got to pay taxes on it.
And shipping and all the things.
No. It's free 100%. We just want you to get something. And every patron that wins something should also, if I remember to tell Logan to do it, should get one of the original gangster-style patron coffee mugs and a sticker that says Standing Stone Patron. So
Whoop.
I'll just buy another hat. Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate the support.
Anyway, back to our topic. I keep getting distracted by all
that's my fault. I apologize.
You're really good at that. Keeping me off track. So things that you can do during the heat of the summer is start when it's cool, really early. So something that we do at the kennel, our typical hours are from 6 to approximately 10. So 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Well, in the heat of the summer, we bump our start time up by 30 minutes. So we're here at 5:30 so that we can get rolling with actual training as early as possible because we have to do initial dog chores, get dogs let out, get them some water, clean up any additional messes that may have happened overnight, and then roll into training. Well, if you're starting at 6, then by the time those things happen, it's getting into mid-morning already. So we need to get started sooner. So you as well need to start sooner. Set your alarm clock earlier. Get up before the heat of the day is there. Now, I absolutely know there are places in the U.S., here as well, that sometimes it does not drop temperature overnight enough to actually be beneficial to get training first thing in the morning because it's still too hot. It basically never gets cool enough. So you have to be creative. So you either have to utilize some water time. Inside treadmill time would be a really good option. You can get some less expensive dog treadmill options on Amazon. There's a dog pacer that folds up really well. We use the Jog-A-Dog, but we use it all the time. So we needed something super industrial to hold up, I guess. You could get a water treadmill. We don't even have one of those yet, but you could get one.
They're kind of ridiculously priced. But
yep.
If you
slap
price
mills,
out 3 dogs going through water treadmill therapy by the
like at a rehab center or something like that.
It's cheaper to buy the water treadmill if you have a place for it.
Yeah. So things like that for indoor work. I know that there's places that you can go for indoor swimming for dogs during the summer or during all year round. So you can check places like that out as well. Ethan, what suggestions do you have?
I think you've nailed most of them. The biggest thing is it's less as far that I can give as far as suggestions on the actual activities to do and more just coaching or recommending or explaining the specific signs to look for and how to go about recognizing that your dog has gone too far, but recognizing that you're headed that direction before you actually get there.
Yeah,
because
it's definitely better to stop while you're ahead before you go too far because once a dog has exhibited and experienced heat exhaustion,
it usually comes back faster, easier, and sometimes worse. So as much as it sucks to say this, majority of the things that we have are speaking from experience. We've seen it firsthand. Now, we've been really, really careful. I don't know of any dogs that I've personally been working that I've pushed to a point accidentally. Like, this is not an intentional thing, and nobody that deals with it would be an intentional thing, right? So you're not going, I want to cause heat exhaustion, and neither would either of us ever. But I don't know that we've ever dealt with a dog firsthand that we, like, I've been with people where it's happened and helped, right? So, but one specific example, a guy that was hunting in South Dakota, and you're thinking South Dakota in the middle of hunting season, it was 78, 80 degrees, something like that, the first week in November. Now, granted, fortunately, those were the 3 most epic days of pheasant hunting that I have had in the last decade. I'm telling you right now, we shot 10-man limits 3 days in a row, and we didn't hunt 2 total hours in the field. Let's say 3. We didn't hunt 3 total hours in the field. We shot a 10-man limit in like 37 minutes, which is heyday stuff, right? This is not even heard of in this. And I've never done it before outside of that. We made one push through a little thing, which is usually like a third of that walk for the area. And it's like counting, holy cow, we are at 29 pheasants. And the one guy goes, oh no, I got one right here, 30. Like, well, I'm glad y'all were keeping real close track, because I had a license and Tim was with me. Tim had a license too, so we would have been able to cover that, but it's shot 30. Then the next day, 30, and the last day, 30. And the last day we spent the most time, which was an hour, right? I mean, it was a 37, 45, and then an hour and whatever, 15 minutes. It was, I might have exaggerated with the 3-hour category, but it was barely over the hour mark, or around the hour mark of hunting. So anyhow, we finished this little walk, and it was a bigger push around in this loop, and it was just where the same dog kind of got stuck on the ground for the entire thing. Thick cover. It was warm, like I'm saying, around 80 degrees, which is not as hot as what we even are experiencing right now.
But it's a part of acclimation, because it was the fall, so the dogs are more acclimated to cooler temps at that time of year. So when you get those unseasonally warm days, that is more difficult for the dogs to tolerate, for sure.
We'll talk about acclimation as well and how we kind of work through that at the kennel here. But that dog kept going. I was like, he looks hot. We need to cool him down. He's like, he'll be fine. Well, it gets to the end of the shelter belt, or it was a food plot deal, gets into the food plot, and had been chasing birds out this way and chasing birds out that way and chasing birds out this way, and comes in, gets to the end of the field, tips over. Just gone. And what we ended up doing,
tipped over, not dead.
Did not die, but scared the living bleep out of me. Okay, so cooling down water. We got all the water that we had and dumped it all over the dog's body. People have heard things around ice and shocky and everything else. In our most recent conversations with one of the head guys, well, she's no longer at Eukanuba. He moved into a different category, not in bad terms, just moved on to something different. Talking about heat when we were at that event this spring, he said that I asked the question about ice and shocky and whatever. He said, if your dog tips over, it's already in shock. And the ice is not the thing that caused or pushed over the edge or whatever else. It's the best thing in the potential of cooling.
You're to the point where you need to get their temperature down as quickly as possible. That's the most important thing at that point.
And he said full submersion in water and running would be best. So if you're near a stream or river or something like that.
Circulating.
There's not many streams or rivers in the middle of the South Dakota prairie. So we had a cooler and we had water, and I had my water truck, and we get her over there, just ran water on her until I ran out of water for the day. You know what I mean? It was just continuously pushing the more cool water. So, and that's the ticket. They come back fairly okay if they haven't been pushed too terribly far, but a dog that tips over has been pushed. I mean, that's, imagine yourself just not being able to do it anymore, and none of you here, and me included, are as tough as any of the dogs that we run. So it's saying something if they just can't go anymore. But
so keeping your dogs cool, wet helps with that evaporative cooling for sure. And water on them is better than in them for the most part. They do need, to stay hydrated. But yeah, is this one of the water tubs down in Texas?
Yep.
That's Banks, right?
Banks and Breezy.
Mm-hmm. Cash money in the banks.
So somebody mentioned any tips for dogs at the beach. Yeah, definitely don't let the dogs drink oceanic water. It's very salty. It's not going to help them quench thirst, things like that. So bringing fresh water for them is really important.
We had a little I'd pay for that guided hunt. Yeah, me too. I just hope that someday I get to see something like it again in my life.
So, Ethan, was that the hunt that you also had some highlight video reels from that weekend?
Yeah. That was...
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I didn't film that.
That one wasn't filmed? What was the one that you filmed that I was just like, I need to be there this weekend?
The hype video. I mean,
the hype video,
I don't know if anybody's seen that. You can pull that up.
That video got me so hyped because I'm not with Ethan a lot of times during those guided hunts. I get an opportunity to hunt usually later season with him. And I saw that video and I was like, sign me up next year for, not a later season hunt. I want to be in it.
You're on the list this year. You still haven't paid your deposit.
I thought you would take care of that for me, honey.
No. You make your own money. The guide business is mine. You need to pay deposits.
Okay. So I will just discount Rain's training for my portion of the guided hunt. Done.
What?
I do invoicing, so that's my job.
Oh, shoot. That's funny.
Did you find the hunting?
You know what it's called?
Hunting hype
South
video?
Dakota. Yeah, South Dakota 20. South Dakota pheasant hunt. It'd be 2021.
All the years.
Standing Stone and then pheasant hunting is what I would search, and I bet it comes up. It's not very long. It's just
2019 Thanksgiving week.
Nope.
Hunting in the snow.
Nope. Down.
Pheasant.
2018.
Shouldn't be. Maybe.
Was it that long ago? No.
I don't know. So as they're looking
this
for
one has
it,
slow-mo filming in it, like you're doing a little talk at the beginning, doing your safety talk, or somebody is.
No.
Not that one.
So the other thing that we mentioned is acclimation. Okay, so acclimation being one of the most important parts of the heat and the cold. And our kennel specifically designed for that. We have a climate-controlled kennel, but during the summer, it stays at 78 degrees on the dogs, and during the winter, it stays at 65 degrees for the dogs, and that's really to help from an acclimation standpoint. We can't stay in the comfort zone. Like 78 is too hot for my house anyhow. I'm sure that everybody else can agree with this, but if you have, I think even I was just down at Peter's house. I think he keeps his house 68 is the AC. It's almost cold in there, but
yeah,
it's cold.
I need like a hoodie when we go down to Peter's house.
What do you guys set your AC at? 68?
72.
Yeah, that's not 68. That's 4 degrees.
So I came in the house the other day, and it was hot as all get out and outside. And I came in the house, and I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm so cold. I need to put on a hoodie. This is so strange. I'm like, Ethan, it seems really cold in here. Are you cold? He's like, yeah, it's kind of a little chilly. I'm like, I'm wearing this hoodie. I'm so cold. And he went and checked. One of the boys had whooped, and we were at
set on 60.
60. No, I think it was 68.
No, it was set on 60. It was at 68 degrees, but the thermostat was set on 60.
Filling that pond.
Yeah, buddy. So 68 is perfect. See, this is what I'm saying. That's wonderful. The thing about it, 75. Hey, I'm all with you, Ashley. That's way better on the pocketbook. Keep AC at 75. The thing about it, though, is acclimation. So we set that outside of what would be a comfortable zone, and everybody that's in there, like I was talking with Jessica about it because it was set at the wrong temperature and said, no, we need this to go up. I don't know who changed it, but It needs to stay at a higher category so that the dogs aren't sitting there in the cold and then going outside where it's actually 20 degrees warmer and it just feels ungodly hot. They walk outside, can't breathe, can't work, can't do anything. So it's about acclimation, and we have to do the same type of thing with the dogs in the winter. So all of that being said, going back and forth when you have winter times, and to your defense, earlier in that specific season, we had a blizzard. Opening weekend, we had a blizzard. And then later in that season, we had 80 degrees in mid-November.
Is this the week? Oh, the year that you're talking about.
Yeah, the boom hunt, whatever.
Okay.
Opening weekend, we had a blizzard. And then mid-November, we had 80 degrees. It was ridiculous. So it's hard to go back and forth on dogs, but in the summertime like this, yes, you can acclimate, but the key to the whole process is reading your dogs. Do not apply numbers. Do not apply time. It is reading your dog and making sure that you don't push them beyond it. Now, what are we looking for? Panting, which happens during exercise most of the time, that's pretty normal, but it's also the early stage of getting too hot. If you see your dog and they can't keep their tongue in their mouth and their breathing changes to, instead of, it's that faster uptick is their body saying, we need to cool down. And they don't have the ability to sweat, so that's where we apply water, right? On their ears, there's lots of blood vessels there, armpits, legs. Anywhere you apply water is good, but those are going to be the biggest places with blood vessels. And as your dog gets hotter, right, the blood comes to the surface of their skin or closer to the vessels or closer to their skin to help them to cool down. What we got?
I don't know. The boys were,
Thanks,
Mommy,
Annie.
Daddy, and Annie went and fixed. Yeah, no. So I found the hype video.
Uh-oh, here
sent
it
to
is.
Charles. It was 2020.
Okay, just a second. So
sorry.
you water them down, then the air blows across that water, which would be our sweat, and helps to cool them down. So keeping them wet's good, but then don't blanket statement. Are you coming to say hi? That's all right.
Hi. Is it
You
not
need
working?
help? Is it working? I hear it. You're just coming to say hi? Do you want to watch a show? Okay, stand up here.
Well, sort of stand.
Oh, halfway stand. All right, let's watch that video. We'll come back to this.
Okay. We're watching the hype video. Watch it, Cade.
Oh, here we go. Nope. We're not pushing audio. There it is.
All right, guys. Those dogs are birdies, so there's birds coming your way. He's right here with, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Who's that? Woo!
Mixer. Peter missing. That dude's a sharpshooter. Really nice misses by Peter. Yeah.
Shooter here. Good. Oh, good.
The king.
Love
Cooper. He's Allie.
Brother, right?
No. Allie. It's a different
Al-
Cooper. Yeah.
Allie Arthur,
Yep.
Ryan's dog.
There's me and Tim. I need that dude to come back to South Dakota with me. We're talking about good health. South Dakota limits. Beacon. Now the cool thing about that, okay, so this is off topic completely, but it was fun to watch that. I don't know if you like. I'm pumped up, and
Only 3 more months to go, right?
Woo,
Yeah.
baby. It was fun. That was shot with 3 GoPros. 3 of them. I strapped them to people that can shoot heads, except for Peter that volunteered to wear it all the time, and he can't hit anything. Unless you're duck hunting, and that dude can smoke some ducks now. But the pheasants are challenging, unless it's not pheasant season. Ooh, Peter. I hope you're watching, which I know you're not. But the biggest things, though, coming out of the heat aspect of things is acclimation, making adjustments to your training to fit the windows, right? You got to get up early, or you got to work in the evening. Utilizing water, but paying attention to the fact that in the peak of the summer, the water gets hot as well. And your dog, somebody gave me a schooling on YouTube about thermodynamics and how that was the stupidest thing that they've ever heard, that your dog could overheat in the water. Well, I'm telling you right now, if the water is 85 degrees, that's 85 degrees that your dog has submersed itself in, okay? They're going to have the potential to overheat. Now, will they cool down when their body is wet and they come out and some wind blows across it? Yes, but that doesn't magically make them cool enough at that point. So, all of those things being considered, you need to utilize water where you can. And then the last but not least is, there are just times where it is too hot. And what do? You utilize inside exercise. That would be treadmill time, okay? That can be done in the AC, or that can be done in the heat in the dead of winter when it's up. Those northerners that are watching that have 3 feet of snow on the ground and it's negative 35 with a wind chill of negative 135 or whatever. Cold, right? Colder than Billy Hell. That's what my great-grandpa always used to say. I don't know what it means, but it meant cold. And I don't know what it means more specific than that, but he always said it all the time. So outside of that, Kat, we've talked about acclimation. We've talked about water. We've talked about making adjustments to training. Charlie, what do you think? Anything else we got in there?
Just don't be afraid to work on obedience inside. So
Everybody's dog struggles at that.
Duration.
Mine.
I specifically think we chatted this afternoon. I've been doing more like lining drill type stuff. Really short, 4 or 5 minutes, maybe max, and then they're back inside. But it gives them something to work on mentally. So they have to think a little bit to do it. So you can kind of get both worlds.
Yeah,
like
and trained retrieves, heat of the summer,
Yep.
great time to work on those. So switching gears and changing goals a little bit for the summer, that's a great idea. And like you guys said, every dog could use a little more obedience and
Always.
some duration. And mentally challenging them can be as beneficial as some physical stimulation. Now, do they still need some physical stimulation? Sure. But don't overlook and underestimate the power of them using their brains.
Absolutely.
Well, that was really good topics. Let's see if there's any questions that pop up. I know we spent a lot of time with announcements and lots of things to talk about, but then fun things like hype videos and throwing up polls and guesses and quizzes. And I don't think anybody has a bingo yet, but
If I can get Dustin away from the old HQ, he's gonna be with me. We'll shoot some cool South Dakota stuff this year. We're gonna shoot some cool sharp-tail stuff. We are still working on the plans behind the how to hunt videos. We're going to create those. It's just a number of how many we'll be able to do. So
So here is a question from Jason Elliott. I have 2 cats and a German Shorthair pointer. How can I calm the puppy down? Is there any tricks that you comment him down to stop peeing?
Is he excited piddling?
So, a couple things, if that's the case, if he's excited piddling, is not to engage or interact with him until you've gotten him outside, to give him an opportunity to empty his bladder, get his pottying done, and then when you do interact with him, make it as calm as possible. Don't feed into his excitement by getting him riled up and him thinking that that's the way that he gets attention, is through excitement. Calm hands, make a calm dog. So try and calm them, try and interact with them calmly, petting them calmly, but having them go out and trying to get their pottying done before you interact with them and their excited peeing happens, so that we can try and recondition their natural instinct of peeing or their natural tendency of peeing when you interact or pet them. So might need more information if that wasn't necessarily what your question was, but that was what we got for you. Oh, Aaron, any updates on the name you guys are naming the new pups, Cocker and GSP? Yes. By the way, there were some updates about that. What are we drinking tonight? Some red wine.
Can I have 2/3 of a hat? I was close.
Yeah, that's called a visor. We need to just start selling visors.
I'll
again.
just take one of the hats and turn it into a visor.
Custom. That would actually probably end up being kind of cool.
Custom. Ooh, and do you know what I could do it with?
Mm-mm.
I think there's only one choice.
A knife.
Oh, I meant the hat.
The hat. That's what I thought he meant. Okay. What?
Or the pigeon hat?
Yeah,
Yeah,
homie.
the
It's
homie
gotta
hat.
be
Yeah.
homie.
It got to be a homie hat.
No, I was going to
1000%.
do it with a knife. I haven't even shown you those.
Oh, yeah.
I've got something really cool.
Well, next time.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we can't give away all the announcements in one night. Man.
It took a while to get them. I mean, I think 4 months. I almost forgot. It's like my attention span. Like, wait a second. We talked all this stuff out and designed all these things, and wait a second. What is this showing up at my door? Don't drink in Prime, right? Except this was
You got a super
custom.
chat?
Uh-oh.
Oh. Where is it?
Right there.
Oh, thank you, Aaron, for the super chat. What are you doing?
I'm double-clicking on the things that are... Somehow I'm stuck. I don't know what's happening. Did you lick the keyboard or something?
Tonight's the night. It's fine.
Technical difficulties. Just click on that and then go back.
Okay, how close are we? Somebody's got to have a bingo.
Oh, what's that one?
Charles is the closest.
Nope, didn't talk about that.
Oh, right here. No, we didn't. I think we'll have to talk to her about that. I mean, you know what I'm saying. None. Come on now. I don't think anybody's really missed stuff. I'm looking at the ones that are pretty close. What do we got here?
Oh, that I definitely did that.
I'm sure that happens. So somebody's got
Close to bingo. It's still not a
close
bingo,
to
though.
bingo. It's not a bingo.
Do, 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 do.
Well,
Okay,
dang it.
Go back here. Oh, what did you do?
I'm telling you, I don't know.
Well, now
On that note, folks.
we can't scroll either.
No, it's broken. It's broken on that tab.
Aaron said, thank you guys.
Yep.
Those hype videos are always fire. See you in August.
Okay.
That's the
Awesome.
super chat.
Thanks. We couldn't
great.
end up reading the rest of it because Ethan did a weird double click thing and now has half the screen covered with a pop-up box that we can't make go away.
Yeah, it's
Or
like a
scroll.
right-clicked. It's
like
broken.
it's like stuck on a right click.
Well, folks, on that note, it's past 8:30. We appreciate the hour. We have a wonderful evening of technical difficulties.
Yeah. we will see you guys in, I don't think next week, because Ethan's going to be
Partying like a rock star.
No.
Working in New York.
I think flying back from New York, but yes. Was in the process of filming in New York with Bob. And then the following week, we will also not be here because we are celebrating our 15-year wedding anniversary. So
Heyo.
we have other plans. We love y'all, but not that much. No, just kidding.
We'll be live from the boat.
From the cruise with like the slowest Zoom internet ever. Yeah. So maybe the following week, I think that we can make that work. I'll have to double check the schedule, check social media. We'll make the announcement and try and get it in a newsletter as well. So
on that note, I'm Steve, just for the evening.
I'm Kat, the dog trainer.
We'll see you in the next one.